Welcome to another day of How to ABL. Today is 10/9/2023 and it is shock season. Today is Human Female Day, so I'm going to be using Luna Snow with a Brilliant Rage. Her rotation is pretty simple. You keep 5, 4, and 3 together. You wait till she points at the sky, then you can interrupt that. 2, 1, and 6 instantly cancel and kind of spam the crap out of until your 5, 4, 3 is ready again. It is possible to keep your procs on target. It's a little rough, so I just kind of spam and focus this way. I know there's different ways to play the characters, so let me show you how I play her. And today I can't cancel, so I need to use a striker cancel. Now the good thing with shock season, Thor, who ends up being the best striker for ABL, actually also cancels today. So it's going to work out for me. So I've got Thor in there for the cancel. Let me show you that in action, and if you want to stick around, I will show you some additional information afterwards, like the team I'm building, why, and other alternate options for today. All right, switching right to Luna, running up. I'm going to do a 1, 2, 5, 4, 3. Wait till she points at the sky, do a team up, do a 1, 2 as soon as they're ready. I'm going to do 1, 2, 1, 2 over and over and over again until that 5 is ready. Using the 7 right away one time, and then I need to save the 7. I can't use it again until it's time to cancel. It will not cool down quick enough. So even though it's about to come up and be ready again, I'm not using it right here. I'm saving that. See, he's about to jump center, which is expected. As soon as he is targetable, I'm going to start with the 7, 1, 2, 5, 4, 3, 6. 6 can be interrupted immediately. You do not need to wait on it. You can see that cancel happens. As soon as he is targetable, you can use that 7. You don't have to hold it until he raises his sword like some other skills. Like when you cancel with Luna with her 4 on other seasons, you don't have to... You have to wait until he raises the sword, otherwise you'll miss the cancel on those. But with the 7, with Thor, the Thunder, and the Shock, it comes down enough that you can still get the cancel off. So now we're just going to kind of instantly interrupt everything besides for that 3, and we're going to keep that 5, 4, 3 nice tight and together. Let's go ahead and pick this up before we go into our next rotation so we can get that Oath and Force amplification. Make sure you're getting your orbs, pay attention to that. Kind of spam the crap out of stuff. Oof. As long as you can interrupt and cancel, you're fine. If he gets too far away when he dives like that, which is why I went oof, you will miss out on getting cancels. Just remember, he's going to drop a single orb, so I can only use 7 one time, and then I need to wait and hold it for that cancel. So I'll use 7 here, and I cannot use 7 again until I get my cancel off. Alright, 5, 4, 3. Oh, he's running away. I can't cancel, get closer. That's going to hurt. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Wasn't too long of a delay. 7, I'm not using my 7 here. Probably should have saved my 6 too, but 6 is a huge wave that comes in over time. I'm still going to start out with a 7. That cancel will pop right about there. Good. And now we're just going to bring it on home. Spam as much as we can. Now with spam characters, I will point out, it will be random on how much they score. Just keep that in mind. It's sometimes good to run spam characters like Luna multiple times to really get a full effect on what they're capable of doing. I'll also point out, like I try to do in most of the times that I run Luna, 4 will pull you away from the enemy. So if you use 4, you'll skid across, especially if you use your analog stick. This is great for avoiding being hit, but it can also hurt you from doing cancels if you go too far away, or if he dashes and you use 4 at the same time in opposite directions. So just be aware of your 4 and your analog stick. Not hitting your analog stick, she doesn't move as far, but if you are pressing in a direction, she's going to skate pretty far on the ice that she creates. Now, like I said, sometimes it'll work to your advantage, especially picking up orbs today, but sometimes it can also play against you. She is a character that's capable of 10 million, so this is a kind of a low score for her for my account for today. She can definitely do better with better built accounts, but I should have hit 10 million there. It's probably due to the random and not keeping my procs in sync, but that's how I play her. Scored 9.8 million, which is not too bad. I definitely think she's the meta for today. Let me show you my account. Let's see, 9895779. All right, I write down my scores so I can track my progress. So let me show my cards really quick. I'll point out I have 16% Pierce. My cards need to be reworked. I need more Pierce. I need better secondary options. I have been struggling with my cards, but here they are, positive if you want to read them. I just think it's important to know how people accounts are built. So if you're deciding if character's good or not, keep in mind how their cards and swords are built, because it does affect their overall ability to score in ABX and ABL. So don't be like, oh, Luna can't break 10 million. No, she can't on my account because of this. Here's the overall, wow, she's got a not really good build. Anyway, so here's everything that's amplified, all the important stuff. She has 85,000 energy attack, which is not terrible, but not great. She's ranked 2,518. That's actually really low. I do have some Odin's Blessings on her. Everything is amplified. I don't have Odin's Blessings on everything, even though she's worth it. She's one of the strongest characters in the game. As mentioned, Thor is the best striker for ABL. Elemental damage does great, and even though she can use a Judgment, I actually have a Brilliant Rage enraged on her at a 1%. Rage just does better in ABL. From all the experiments I've done, Judgment and Rage, I've seen it do better, and I've heard other people say it does better. So if you have different data, feel free to share it. But elemental damaging characters like Luna and Thor do great, and having a built striker helps too. I have a tier 4 Thor that has a Rage on him, so there is that. Switching back to my other striker before I forget. ISO 8 set, Power of the Anger Hulk, it's maxed out. Any of the attack sets are fine. I do have her custom gear. Her own specific custom artifact, but it's only a 3-star. Having a higher one would help, but it does increase damage based upon her cold resist. It is an instinct match too. Custom gear we talked about already. Uniform is mythic. It is a seasonal uniform, which is the Summer Lilac uniform. If you have her tier 4 with the light serious armor, she does do okay, but she does do a sizable bump if you go up to the Summer Lilac one. So this is the one that's recommended. I don't have all the options at Mythic. I don't have her energy attack here at Mythic or all basic attack at Mythic, but everything else is at Mythic. So that's something to keep in mind too. Again, I can build her a little bit better, so she could do a lot more. That's the character I have built. Let me show you the team I'm using, why I'm using it, and alternate options for today in case you don't have Luna. So to begin with, I'm using Shuri's leadership. So she gives 35% increase to basic attack, and with her Black Panther uniform from the Marvel Studios, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, she gives 55% damage dealt. And then probably one of the best supports in the game, only for leadership characters, 65% damage dealt. But on top of that, White Fox also has my insight, and she has a uniform effect on her Lifestyle Series 2, which gives superheroes, which would be Luna, 15% increased basic attack, 10% increased chain, and 30% ignore target's dodge. So all of that is piled on to make an incredible team that I consider to be the meta. Other alternative options for leadership include Misty Knight. A lot of people say they have had success with Misty's leadership because of the additional cold damage over someone like Shuri or even Wave. Personally, from my experimentation, I do more with Shuri and Wave, but I also don't have maxed out Pierce, so maybe maxed out Pierce, the extra cold damage does even better. I don't know, because I've not seen the same success that other people have. Misty Knight is a viable option for leadership. I think Shuri with this uniform is the next best lead in my opinion. She's even better than Misty from my testing, and then followed by that I would use Wave next. And again, because I don't have success with Misty, I've actually did better with Wave, so I would say Shuri, Wave, Misty. Other people would, I assume, would say Misty Knight, Shuri, and then Wave. So there are definitely some options there. You could also use this leadership here with, I think this is Ironheart's newest uniform, so it's Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And her leadership gives 55% energy, but her passive also gives 35%. I'm sorry, not that one. I apologize. It's her uniform. If I go to her uniform, again, uniform effects, she gives all allies, ignore target's dodge, and 35% damage dealt to bosses. Obviously, Shuri's 55 is better, but she is an option if you have this uniform for both leadership support, like Shuri kind of plays that same niche. Now, do keep in mind, White Fox only affects characters with leadership, which Luna has. You see that by going to details, and if there's the shield icon, you hover over that, click it with your finger, and you'll see that it does say leadership. So if you have leadership, White Fox helps you. So I usually try to put White Fox on any team that has a character with leadership. What is it, Spectrum? Yeah, Spectrum here. I know it's the internet service too. So I wanted to say Spectre, but Spectrum has a leadership option, which is not terrible. Who else would I consider on this team? Ancient One actually has both a 50% increased energy. She also has a passive that increases all elemental damage by 40%. A lot of people don't realize that, so Ancient One with this uniform is not too bad of an option either. The Searcher is considered a male, so you will have 65% increase basic damage dealt if you use She-Hulk's leadership, which is also a viable option for today. Let's see, aside from that, I think those are the best lead supports in my opinion. I mean, you do have folks like Maya Lopez, but she just, that 60% is nowhere near as good as the damage dealt. Damage dealt is usually what you want to go for, which is why I'm surprised that a lot of people do go with Misty Knight and have so much success. So It is what it is. You know, I don't even know if Misty Knight is selectable in ABL. Where is Misty Knight? I thought she was an option for today. Am I, like, overlooking her? I might be overlooking her. Yeah, there she is. About to say, don't know where she's at. But she does 60% cold damage for all allies. That's the only reason you equip her. So maybe if she gets a uniform in the future, she'll be an even better lead. But as of right now, I just don't see a lot of success with using her. If you don't have Luna, the next one I would say is probably Spider-Gwen. If you have a tier 4 Spider-Gwen, she's probably just under Luna Snow, in my opinion. And then probably a tier 4 Blue Dragon, followed by a tier 4 Black Widow. I used to use Black Widow for the longest time. I know there's characters like Captain America, Sharon Rogers, but she is more World Boss Legendary. She just does not do good in ABL from my experience. And I have not tested Sister Grimm, but I would be very, very surprised if Sister Grimm is going to be a contender for ABL at all. And even though Shadow Shell does good, I see better success with Shadow Shell tier 4 in ABL. I would still probably put her above Black Widow or very close to Black Widow. I know some people might argue with me on that, but those are kind of like the options right there. I don't know if I would consider using other characters but them. So anyway, thank you for watching. As always, may your ABL scores be as high as possible, and I will catch you in the next one.